Well, guys, they can't all be absolute blockbusters. Sometimes you've got to have a absolute one-sided affair. The Vegas Golden Knights defeat the Winnipeg Jets 4-1. After what was an absolute stellar start to the playoffs for the Winnipeg Jets, winning Game 1 5-1, albeit they scored an empty net goal and a late power play goal to boost that out to 5-1. It was an absolute dominant performance in Game 1 by Winnipeg. Kept the Vegas Golden Knights to only 17 shots. It was looking good. If you were a Winnipeg fan after that first game, you were probably thinking this is looking good. This is what we want to see. And from there, not too much else to like. All the other series going to either Game 6 or Game 7, this being the only one that didn't get past Game 5. A bit disappointing. I know Winnipeg obviously losing Morrissey and Shifley. Um, it hurt them quite significantly, but still to go out like the way they did, it's a bit disappointing. Especially given winning the first game quite significantly. That game 3, I think that was where Shifley went down, and they had lost Morrissey in game 2. But if they could have snuck that game 3 in overtime, it was so tight. They could have just gotten away with that 2-1. It probably changes the mentality of the team as well after two big injuries. But yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't happen. They lose an OT and then they lose the next two relatively easily. Um, yeah, kind of disappointing, but from a Winnipeg perspective, but from a Vegas perspective, absolutely fantastic. What you want to see if you're a Golden Knights supporter, and what else you want to see is Mark Stone. Makes his return for the playoffs, and yeah, what a return. Leading his team in points. It's good to have him back on ice. He's an absolute star player, and you want the star players on ice. You want them on the ice in home and away season as well, but especially in playoffs. This is their time to shine, and he's one of those players that turns up. So good to have him back on the ice from a Vegas perspective. But yeah, other than that, it was kind of disappointing. I was really hoping for a bit more from this series. To be honest, I backed the Jets in 4-2. Um, I did see the potential of something like this with a Vegas win. I was just thinking the Connor Hellebuck factor would play a part, but obviously losing Morrissey with what is a pretty weak Jets defense already, that just didn't serve him well at all. And Vegas, jumped on that really, and minimum other than the first game, they scored 5-5, 4-4, so they really worked it past him. But yeah, so Jaden gets this one. He predicted the Knights in 5 as well, so he doesn't just get the team right, he got the games right as well. So props for Jaden on that one. He did well. Unfortunately, yeah, Jets better luck next season. The question's going to be is what can they do in the off season? Because I do think they've got one hell of a goaltender, but they really do need to shore up that defense. They've got an offense, we all know that. Their offensive capabilities are ridiculous, but you need someone on that blue line. Hellebuck can't carry you all season. Um, you need to give him some help, and then you might be a chance. As for the Golden Knights, they move on to play the Edmonton Oilers. It is finally a Connor McDavid versus Jack Eichel. That series is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I like Vegas's chances with their defense. I think they're a good chance to lock up that McDavid first line. So it's going to be interesting to see how it happens because obviously we know how good that Edmonton first line is. But I think this Vegas team, they've got something going here. If they can get some decent goaltending, because that is the real question mark with this side. I think they're pretty solid on offense. They've got a pretty rounded offense with all four lines contributing, um, and their defense is very solid as well. I think the question mark comes down to can they get reasonable enough off goaltending, because as you know, kind of David Leon Draisaitl, that you know Edmonton offense is potent. So if your goaltenders aren't at the top of their game, it could get ugly quick. So that's my only question mark I've got there. But yeah, Vegas are in a good position. So it's going to be interesting to see. Um, well, yeah, guys, let us know what you think of this series. Were you disappointed that it ended so soon? Were you expecting more from the Jets? If you're a Vegas fan, what are your thoughts? Do you reckon you can go any further? Are you going to take it to the Oilers in the second round? If you're a Jets fan, what do you guys need to do in the off season to bounce back next year and have another shot at it? Um, as always, guys, if you like the video, give us a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, take care.